Hello? 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 Hello there? Hello? 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 Oh, I don't want this one going. Hello? 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 Whoa! There we go. Alright. 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 There we go. That took longer than I had wanted to get working. Check this out, check this out. I was so proud of this. Holy moly. I'm here now. I appeared. Alright. Taking 7 minutes to get started is certainly something. Not really something I'm proud of here so far. I'm trying to figure out Streamlabs. I've used OBS for all time, and your boy is not really doing it right now. I'm back home from college and such, so back to the old locale. Playing some nubbies. I have like 80 hours on nubbies right now. Let's look at yeah. I'm probably up to around 80 now. And I downloaded it last Monday. So I've been playing the crap out of this game. And so we're gonna try to beat the nubblocke. That's one of those things I've really struggled with throughout my nubbies career. And we're gonna see if we can get that done. Let me turn some stuff on for nubbies. Ugh. Nubbies is very loud in my ears. But we'll see. I don't know if we can hear it. I don't know how well it's being heard. I have it on pretty quiet, so my voice is like the main thing. Because of course it's the main thing. It should be the main thing. Whoa! It just got very bright. That's better. That's better. I have my main light turned on to purple right now. And the other light is pointed away from me. So I have purple hues in my room. I got this thing on. I like that thing being on. I don't want anything flowing through my microphone besides my voice. So I have the earbuds in, but by golly, I hate having the earbuds in. Not much of an earbuds guy. But you know what kind of guy I am? I'm funny camera guy. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. I have a camera like that I believe was like my parents back in like 2000 whatever. And I found it. So I have it set up so I have a funnier camera. I like making eye contact every now and again. I like can't even hear myself. I'm turning off the music for Nubbies. Because, like, we can hear Nubbies right now. I don't know if we want to hear Nubbies right now. So we're just gonna have this rolling. Da, 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 da. Alright, well, we have Nubbies. I'm not in the nubblocke right now. Right now I'm just doing a run with the Prestige guy. So we're gonna practice on Prestige, try to get ready for the nubblocke. This stuff is difficult. Baloney Tony makes Nubbies really easy. So you know, it's just how it is. Same with Octony. So when I step out of that, I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? Love that I got 3D glasses early on this run. Nonetheless, it's going to be difficult. Jax is so good, but once you get some good force poppers. Everything's first pig popped if I go with this, so I'll buy a slot and get some extra coinage. I have one ear open. How about that? Hold up. Wait. I'm gone. No, wait, you can hear me. You can, like, totally hear me. That's funny. Alright, let me see what I can hear with this. Alright, these are my sister's old headphones that, like, only work in one ear, but I like that. I like that. You know, ooh. Audio sounds crisp. I was just testing it there. You couldn't hear me because I was messing around with that. So let's go back to nubbies. Let me tinker with some things in here. All right. Here's my real camera with nubbies. If we want to go back to the funny camera, we can do that. Hold up. I'm messing with some things here and there. Okay, so just sign me in. But yeah, we're just gonna be nubbing it. I'm gonna try to be talkative during this process. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna turn it all the way to the lowest. I love the music in this game, but it's just so loud. Keep on getting the dino, and I don't really like the dino as an item. Always gotta get to the black market there with that key. I need to get some force triggers. That's the thing. I need to get some good perks. You know, I've been trying to I streamed not too long ago. And then I was gonna record this like 2K rebuild video. Did not do the greatest there. You see, I feel like I'm so far away in this that I kind of have to do funny camera. Because like now I'm super close. I like this more for. I knew I'd like one or the other. Let's get to the black market. Okay, we got Jake the Snake. I don't really like the pointer, but it's okay. We'll get the alien and move on. See, I'm just not that good. I play so much, and yet I'm still bad. I'm still bad at nubbies. Ooh. Oh, that's first pig popped as well. Just forces a ton of doubles early. That's why I like Baloney Tony most of all, because it gives some items that I otherwise wouldn't use some really good uses. Now, you might notice I'm always restocking. That's because I'm always trying to boost Crazy Straw, which is probably my favorite item to use. I main the Jacks, Crazy Straw, and Kazoos, because like you go Kazoo because you never get 3D glasses, but man, 3D glasses are just so good. Okie dokie. I like to check and see if I'm getting in the way of anything on my face cam. It's not. I was looking around Streamlabs, looking at the overlays and stuff, and be like, oh, can I get like the chat things on there? No, I cannot, because that stuff you have to get like premium for. And I'm like, what are we doing here? Is everyone supposed to be a professional streamer? I think not. Start on the strawberries. Always pro starting early with the strawberries. There we go. Great run there. See, that boosts that by an extra 5%. Hopefully we can get another Crazy Straw soon. Would love to get the upgrade. I need more popping. Right now I'm relying a lot on Nubby, and I don't want to rely on Nubby like that. See, but this is force triggering the mystery box items. Okay, I'll get this. Reroll. Upgrade this. Hot dog dog. Broke even on the strawberry. Hot dog dog. Don't really love the kebab perks. We're just gonna reroll. Would love to go kidney bean here, but I can't buy anything with it if I get it. But let's just see what I would have gotten. Oh, it's a lentil. It doesn't mean anything. Oh, it's a bad draw, anyways. Come on. It's gonna be hard to go infinite. What I currently have. I have good duping. I have good popping. It's just about getting the force triggers to make that happen, and I just don't have access to those force triggers. All right. No. Upgrade that crazy straw. Yes, sir. Cafe, run strawberry. So in the title for the stream, I referenced the gorillas versus the one gorilla versus 100 humans thing. And I've thought a lot about this. It's come up a lot in my conversations I've had recently. And I'd say I vehemently stand on the side of the 100 people. I argued with Tessa about this one. And it was, I argued indomitable human spirit. That, like, I would pick one dude to be a gorilla. Because, like, the gorilla doesn't have the indomitable human spirit, you know? I'll try to work with that right there. See if I can force triggering jacks is good for me. Because I need some popping. Because I only get one jacks per. Flipping Santa, am I right? Alright, we're gonna do the nubblocke now. Now I kind of wish I had music. I feel like I'm really missing out on music right now. Okay, good start. So basically, nubblocke, it's like a nuzlocke in Pokemon. You lose something if you don't beat the ground. You lose your leftmost item. That's brutal, because you need the items to progress, and if you fail, you can't progress. I already struggle with the regular Tony. I think this is a good starting. I like starting with CQ. Use Nubby to get as many pops as possible, and then you're gonna get some coinage early that'll let you get yourself some good items. Did not love that. Now's the time. Yes. Ooh. I think I need this right now. I'll get this as well, and I'll expand this slot. See if there's anything in the next one. Freeze Crazy Straw. Boom! I am strategizing up in here. I feel like I'm setting myself up for success. Yes. It's good to keep CQ over on that left side. It's good to also have a nubby dies item, because that'll help me out a ton. If I think I'm gonna die, it'll juke me a lot, you know. Oh! No, boy. So I'm not going to survive this. I might as well, yeah, I'm restarting. Oh, it was such a good start, too. Okay, that is not what I wanted, and we're going to restart. I hate restarting so much, because it's one of those... Oh, my gosh. But it's one of those things where, like, oh, you gotta see yourself out. You gotta trust the process. But in this game, you can't trust the process. You know, oh! You gotta set yourself up for success as best as possible, and you can't ensure yourself live restocks every round. So, like, you just gotta survive, especially in the nubblocke. I'd prefer to only have 80 throws in a finished nubblocke round. All right. Cheese house. Cheese house is so helpful at this stage of the game. It guarantees wins early. It becomes useful again later, but like once you get to the point where like 300 is not a lifesaver and won't guarantee a win, it's not as good as you need it to be. I like the Eggy perk. It's one of those that like you can trigger just by getting pops. And all those restocks add an additional 50% to each pop. Now 55. It's a good round so far. I'm really... Oh my gosh! As I say that, oh my gosh! I'm just throwing it away. Just throwing it away. What a start! What a start that I failed. Nubby's one of those games that like you think that like, oh, I can just like talk about other stuff while I play some nubbies. But then you get into nubblocke and you're so like your mind is in it so much. This is not loving this run. Okay, I'm kind of loving this one now. Don't like any of those. I don't like any of those. First shop sucks. This is what I've been reduced to. I was kind of wanting to stream some Wii U games. And by Wii U games, I mean Wii games on the Wii U. But I've misplaced my capture card. I brought it to college with me. Bad idea. I never used it once. And I remember it not being there when I moved out, but now I don't know where it is. Which I'd consider a bit of an issue. Not knowing where it is and such. I'm like looking to the camera like it's over there, but it's right there. Me likey chaotic perk. Great round. Great round. That's helpful. Cannot believe I just did that. Created a whole build being like, oh, if I keep pegs there, which is what a friendly rock does, it keeps pegs there. Then that will help me get more pegs popped, which will help with CQ. And that just did not happen. The thing about going black market though is it skips the shop, and honestly I think black market kind of overrated. Such an awesome start. Wasted because I'm bad at the game. Early game, I'd like a poop butt or a cheese house. I'll even take a CQ. Oh! Don't love this. I'll see if I can get it going. I can make it to the next shop without losing this Kazoo. If I can't do that, then I'm on the struggle bus hard. It's a really bad shuffle there. I used to be like, oh, why am I jumbling the pegs? But then I realized that, like, jumbling early still affects the crazy straw. Oh my gosh. So I just jumble every single round. Don't care. So I was playing basketball today, working on the jump shot. You know how that is. And my jump shot is so cooked. I was, for a solid like month there in school, I'd be going to the rec center. I'd be going to the rec center, and I was a shooter. That was my job on the floor. Job, shoot the ball, make it go in. And I was good at that. And then ever since then, I've become like a 6-foot center. I've got good touch in the paint, but also I'm short in comparison. So like that's not like a really good strategy to get myself picked up while playing basketball, and I'm gonna blow up Nubby's number factory. There's some really bad jumbles here. Okay, I can deal with this. Apparently not. Oh my gosh. I'm throwing it away. Let me get the mic closer in my mouth as I lean back. I'm getting casual now. We're getting casual. But like I can't do anything. I'm no one's gonna want me on their team if I'm just like a 6-foot post player. So I gotta get the shot back, because that's one of those things. As a smaller size, as a smaller player, it's one of the few assets you have is that like you can just build a jump shot, and then that like you're just good. Like it's one of those things that like you don't need size to be a good shooter. Now, you can be good at other things, but like that's one of the few things that like it doesn't matter that you're smaller than the rest of the people on the court, which generally I'm not at school, but like if you encounter someone bigger than you, if you're only a post player at 6 foot, you're not getting much done. And so me being home and having excess time on my hands because I've already finished everything with school, I'm just heading outside and just working on that jump shot. And my goodness, it's not looking great so far. I'm feeling it right now, but like this is like the 8th time over the past few years I've just completely reconstructed my jump shot. And it's been a tough time this go around, because I feel like I'm doing things beneficial to the shot, but man, it doesn't feel right. I'm not getting it where I want it, but once I get it, this is gonna be so much easier on me to do, for the most part. And yeah. So that's honestly been taking up most of my time as of recent. Is I just go out there and shoot. I also did PA announcer for a softball game, which is fun. I've done it before. I did it my junior year of high school, and I hadn't done it in a while, so I had to get lessons from our athletic director, and it's always fun talking to him. Gotta get out of here though. He is old, and we are not good at anything right now. So, He just gotta put it down. We've had good years under him, but sometimes you just get to the point. I had a professor this year that I found the situation very similar. You just get to a point where you just gotta put it down. I hope LeBron never gets to that point, because he has not reached that point. He's not reached the point where he's just putting a bad product out there. I know he just lost in a playoff series, but like, you get to a point for most people in most careers where it is no longer reasonable for you to keep going. You're not putting the best product on the floor every night. So, you just gotta say it. I'm not there anymore. And move on. And I think I'm pretty sure he's retiring, our AD this year, and I think we've reached that point. But he'd be fun to talk to sometimes. Oh my gosh, I should have had the jacks there. Oh, restart. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm on the struggle bus. I did that. Heard LeBron might be retiring. I've heard that too, and I don't want it to be true. I know this is the kind of playoff series that you might say, man, I just gotta phone it in. I can't deal with that personally. I've not lived in a world where LeBron hasn't been playing in the NBA all my life. He was even in the NBA 3 years before I was born. I can't afford for LeBron to retire personally. Like, I don't know what the world will be like when that happens, and I'm scared, quite frankly, of what the world will be without LeBron in the NBA. Will I be okay? Yes, I'll be fine. But I trust players like Anthony Edwards and Shea and Tyrese to kind of step into the gap that LeBron leaves once he retires. I don't think that's gonna be this year. I think we'll get one more year from him. And once that year comes and goes, probably this next year, I'll be sad. But I think I'll be more prepared. I just think after the season with Luka and all that, I'm not ready to let go. Of my GOAT. It's one of those things where, like, I've disagreed with my family on. I think my headphones just went and broke. Just had to wiggle the plug, and it started working again. We're so back. Yeah, it's one of those things that I've had disagreements with some members of my family about. Even some people. The GOAT debate is something that I have a really strong stance in, that, quite frankly, who's Frank Lee? I don't waver on the LeBron Jordan stuff. I firmly believe, like, I think we've passed the point of doubt that LeBron is the GOAT. Like, there's no doubt that Michael Jordan is legendary. There's no doubt. Like, he is still, like, he is number two. There is nothing wrong with being number two in the GOAT debate. And we're acting like you're either the best or you're the worst. Because, like, Michael Jordan believers and MJ GOAT, LeBron GOAT deniers, I should say, are like, he's not even better than Magic. Like it's for most LeBron GOAT believers, it's LeBron is the best and Jordan is the second best. And then for most Jordan believers, it's Jordan is the best. LeBron is nowhere close. Which is crazy to say. Besides the ring stuff, he's had a better career. But, like, he's been to the finals more times in a more competitive NBA. Because, like, the fact that when MJ left for those 2 years, the fact that Rockets team won back-to-back titles when the Bulls weren't all that, which the Bulls also won 55 games in the season that Jordan sat out completely. Like, I think, I don't know. I can't see the other side of the debate anymore because the NBA is so clearly different and it's so clearly more talented. That's another thing. I think the NBA. This is one where I've honestly kind of swung my dad on the GOAT debate. But one thing that I disagree with him on is I do think that the NBA is still good basketball. I get there's a lot of foul baiting. And that is the only genuine issue I have with the NBA as it stands. Is the foul baiting, but that's also kind of always been a part of the game. We just don't remember that. It's all nostalgia based. But like if Kenny Beecham had a really good video about this a while back, where he kind of talked about like why do people complain about the NBA and why is that wrong? And it's lots of people are like, too many threes. It is too many threes. And I disagree. I do think it's a lot of threes. But I just think it's people are taking the better shot. The three is the better shot now. It used to be, and this is what was really interesting when he went back and looked at that data. Role players were shooting long middies, long twos, just because it, like, analytically they didn't care that was a bad shot. Then Steph Curry comes around. There's players like Ray Allen and Reggie who say maybe these really long mid-range shots aren't efficient. And then the world changed for the better, in my opinion. We have entered a dimension where role players who do not deserve the ball constantly are not getting the ball and shooting a mid-ranger. It's one thing, like, LeBron still takes middies. Shea takes middies. Players take mid-range shots still. It's just not the role players. It's not the players who otherwise wouldn't have the ball. We have traded in the role players from earlier generations who come in and, like, man, Sean Livingston just always takes that mid-range shot, which he was really good at. But it would have been better if he was just like a consistent three-point shooter and just got one extra point per play. So instead of specializing in those closer shots, NBA players now specialize in that deeper stuff that get you one extra point. So now you have those 3-and-D wings, these 3-and-D role players who play really good defense, which is what generally role players did before. And now they sit in the corner and hit open shots. Because if I'm gonna catch you open, I want you getting me 3 and not 2. If I'm a star in the NBA, which we all know I could be. But that's one of those things that I tend to have a stance on. Is the NBA has not gotten worse. They've just gotten more efficient. They've looked at the stats and they've said, well, if we do this, we're a better basketball team. And so they're better basketball teams. And threes are harder to hit at sometimes. And we are definitely seeing some diarrhea ball out there. But you see that just as much in college. And lots of people who are like, NBA sucks now, are college purists, which I love college because they're worse. It's more competitive because everyone's closer to the same tier. In the NBA, everyone's just so good that you see people hit a ton of threes. And like in college, the mid-range is still alive because it's okay to get closer. You're not seeing a bunch of teams that are like, we're going to live and die by the three. You can see really good back-to-the-basket post players who are able to dominate in college, like Zach Edey, who otherwise don't have that same success in the NBA. Now Zach is still having success in the NBA, but not to that same degree, you know? I think if he got the same touches that he did in college, he'd be averaging similar numbers. But the NBA requires you to take more shots to get more points, and it just takes more time to get a post up. And Taylor Jenkins was definitely not playing in an offensive system that would kind of warrant a post up. Really hoping for a sea cucumber. I'll take a poop up. Yeah, that's one of my biggest takes. Is I think the NBA is still quality basketball if you watch it right. It's just, I think a lot of people who have that take are just nostalgic about basketball that was also still bad. Kazoos and the market in this game. There are kazoos and a market. I like the kazoos. Generally, kazoos are one of my favorite items to use. But I don't use them enough. Oh, speak of the devil. Kazoo. Open up an item slot and... Alright. Whoa! My goodness. You're just trying to get items, and this doubles pegs. This just gives you points, which that gets worse the further you get in the game. But you get some good doubling, and then you also want some popping, which Nubby, the little ball, does popping. But you want some artificial popping because Nubby dies pretty fast. Which is sad because this is his number factory. I've gotten into hockey over the past few years. Because it's one of those things where, like, when I look at other sports leagues, because, like, I'm college basketball through and through, and that's honestly where I get most of my sports entertainment. But, like, I see people so happy to watch hockey. And so I wanted to be that happy to watch hockey. So I got myself a team. I'm a Senators fan, and they're playing right now. I believe they're down 1-2, if I'm not mistaken. This is an elimination game, so if they don't score in the next 8 minutes of game time, they will be eliminated. But they've had a pretty... they were down 3-1. Ooh! Hate to lose my poop butt there. Gotta restart. That was a good round, too. And, man, they just love the sport so much. That's what I love about hockey, is the fans are just so... It's so rare as a basketball fan to see that the fan base actually enjoys the sport. Because in the NBA, no one actually enjoys basketball. At least the people who you see talking about it. No one's like actually talking about what they like about basketball. It's all about the storylines. It's all about the stars. That's what I really like about some of the people in basketball media on YouTube, and who are getting some other platforms. The numbers on the board people, which is Kenny Beecham, who I referenced, King of the Fourth Quarter, and his gang. Oh, Senators tie it up as I'm talking about him. How about that? But they talk about basketball in a way that, like, oh, I forgot that, like, you can actually still enjoy basketball, which is Kenny Beecham's, like, clothing brand. Like, it is okay to like watching basketball again, which I really appreciate. I'll save this and let's see. Is there anything better? Like that more. We'll open the slot. But like, I think it's important to look, especially in sports media, at more amateur sources, because the industry is engagement farming. They're looking for the thing that's going to get them the most clicks, and sports fans are addicted to hatred. That's why rivalries exist. So you got Stephen A. screaming about something LeBron related, and that will get you clicks. And that is okay. That's a completely okay part of the media. That, like, I understand it's a business. So you kind of have to do that as an industry. But that's why it's just as important to look towards the smaller guy, the smaller creators who are talking about the sport, because they're focused on that sport. They love that sport, and I think it's something that, as a whole, sports fans need to appreciate. I should have put the cactus over there. Sports fans need to start appreciating the people who appreciate the sport. I just got a message from Duolingo saying it's almost 10 p.m. It's 9:19. It is not that serious. Sports takes up too much of my life. I love sports, but my goodness, I am just thinking about it too constantly. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Twitter. X.com, the everything app. If you're a certain minded individual. And I use it all the time. I'm constantly on Twitter, and it's just because, like, I want to see people talking about sports. And it just takes up too much of my life, which I've kind of bought into that, you know, kind of okay with it taking up a ton of my life, a ton of my brain space. And I'm always watching basketball or playing basketball or watching football or talking football. The draft just happened, and that took up so much of my mental space thinking about that. I mean, my mom, she's into sports, but, like, not constantly thinking about it. She has been talking about Shadur Sanders for about a week. And it's one of those things where it's one of those interests that just absorb your mind. And I can't buy into that much anymore. This is quite possibly the best thing to get in the nubblocke. You want to get that mystery box. Because it's going to guarantee you an item, even if you lose your items. What's great about the mystery block is that you also get 3 force triggers on that item. So, like, items that, like, normally don't trigger that much, like 3D glasses just trigger on first pop, it goes a little bit better. I think I'm going to try for the black market key. I always hope that I can pull pregnancy test, which doubles nubby. And I'd like to have 2 nubbies. But I end up getting like a Jake the Snake or a Ouroboros. I actually don't think Ouroboros is that good. Oh, come on. Shout out CQ. Exactly what I needed. Now, I got the black market key. Let me get to the black market. Oh, yes. Alright. Reduces the goal. It was a good pull. That was a good pull. Kind of stressing now. Because, like, I'm actually having a decent run. Okay, made it through. Get some force triggers. Thing is, like... Oh! No! Such a mean game. Such a brutal game. As long as I have mystery box, I do think I have a chance. And instead I just lost. I might not beat the nubblocke tonight. I thought that I could, but it's just so hard. I'll stream again this weekend and I'll beat the nubblocke then. I'm getting to the point where like I'm not even gonna like I don't care enough to restart every time. I just wanna play. I've also memorized like every item, every perk, and everything, so like I can just tell. I spent too much time on this game. Thought the Senator score, I got a notification. I was like, whoa! Go Sens, go! No Sens, no. It was a clinch. It was like my sports app being like, hey! The Maple Leafs might clinch tonight. I don't want to know that. I don't want to hear that. They're not going to clinch. Just the Sens are going to score, and we're going to overtime. Let's freeze poop butt. See if we can get anything better. Okay. Poop butt it is. This will probably be my last run. If we can make it go long, then you know it's like the longer this run goes, it's like overtime in a sports event. You get some free gameplay. I don't even want to use it. Sometimes I think I should just... Oh my goodness. Silly me. I thought I was invincible there. I am not. Okay, let's get to the black market. Ah, crap. We'll play till I die. So, you know, maybe this can force me to have a good run. Originally, for a moment I was like, oh, I don't want to get to the black market. You know, I think I have a pretty good setup here, and now I think, oh no, I don't have a good setup. But now I need to go to the black market. I think I just take Jake the Snake now. You know. Oh. This is... Yeah, this is not looking great for me. Oh! That's just brutal, ain't it? You hate to see it. You hate to see it. I love this slide transition. I chose that really thinking about it like that. Okay. Well, it was good doing the stream. it's always good to play some nubs. I really enjoy nubbing it. As you can see by my sign. Thank you. We had, I think, 2 viewers at one point, which is always nice to see. You know, I like seeing people watch my content. So I always appreciate when people are able and willing to participate in this whole thing, and I really appreciate everyone coming and checking it out. I know no one's here right now, but when people were, it was nice, and I was really appreciative. There will be more. I'll try. I have more content coming this summer. I'm writing a script or two for some video essay type things. Well, thank you for tuning in, and